earlier in the spring discussing my spring goals. So I thought it would be a good time, now that it's officially summer vacation for us, to recap spring goals, see how I did, and also set some summer goals. I found it sort of helpful to have put my goals out into the world, and it kind of helped keep me accountable for them. So hopefully it will do the same for my summer goals. I just remembered another summer goal that I wanted to write down. Hold on. I found it very helpful to have talked with you all about my spring goals. It helped to keep me accountable and really try to achieve as many of the goals as I could. I haven't really done the math on how many. I know it wasn't 100%, but I think I did fairly well. So why don't we go ahead and just sort of go through the spring goals and discuss those first. So my spring goals. So for my spring goals, I had one that had to do with our house and yard, and it was to do some cleanup, landscaping and flowers around the house, and make the sport court. I think we did all of that actually. So we had landscapers come, and then also my husband did some edging and mulching and things like that. I will say though, already that was done in May sometime, and it's now mid-June, and everything needs to be weeded again. It has rained so much this spring, and there's been intermittent hot sunny days, so everything is just exploded, and so all the shrubbery needs to be cut back, and everything's kind of overgrown already, so but it did look nice for the spring. And then as far as flowers go, I did get some in pots around the house, and we did have our sport court painted. It looks awesome, and the kids have been using the heck out of it, and so have we, actually. So that was good. Check on that goal. Reading goal, 3 to 4 books per month. So I think I did well. I'm not sure if April counted. I think it did. April, I read, I think 4 or 5 books, so that was really good. And then in May, I only read 2. Well, 2.5. I do have a book review coming for those Worcestershire sauce, seasonings, bring it to a boil, and you cover it, and then you top it with cheese once it's all cooked. So very easy, very delicious, and everybody liked it. So one successful new recipe. I love that. And it was, whenever I try a new recipe, if it's a hit, if it's a success with like both ease to make and if everybody ate it, or at least maybe half the people ate it in my family, then it gets a spot in my binder. So it's in the binder. So check on that goal as well. I'm doing pretty well so far. Okay. I spoke too soon. Hold on. Okay, so the next one is clean and purge each room in my house. I did not do that. I was on a roll like in early spring, and I did go through I think I went through every room and just sort of did like a cursory purge. So it was like whatever was easy for me to grab, like the kids' closets. We did do a good job with those. My closet, I did a good job with that. And then like I did do several trips to make donations. But I think like April, I was into it and like purging all the things. And then life got really busy and I didn't really have time for it, and it kind of stalled. I do still feel like there's a little bit of like not every closet and drawer is tidy and organized, and like that's my ideal. I would love that situation. I've never actually had that situation, but I would love for that to be like regular life. So I cannot check that off the list. I did not achieve that goal. I made some decent progress, but I can't say that I haven't also like that progress hasn't been ruined since then. It kind of has, but that's okay. It's like a work in progress. That's something that in the fall I tend to sort of get a fire lit under me to tackle that again, and I probably will this fall as well. But for now, when I'm home, so now I'll be spending the summer mostly in Maine, and then come back and forth a little bit here and there, but usually when I'm home at our real house, it's because we have like appointments and things to do, and it's sort of like a hustle while we're here. There's not a lot of time for like cleaning and organizing, although it needs to be done. So we'll see. But I cannot check that off the list. Okay, YouTube. I'm pretty proud of this one actually. So YouTube, my goals were to hold on, I can't be proud of this. I guess my goal was to make a YouTube short for each video. Bummer, I didn't do that. Also a community post for each video. I didn't do that. I did, however, do better with both of those things. I learned how to make shorts in like a fun, easy way. I mean, I can't say that they're amazing or anything, but like I know how to do them now. And I did do several community posts, so better. I made progress. Progress, not perfection. And then post 3 times a week. I did do that. So, okay, that means there's room for growth there, and that's okay. I do have more YouTube goals for the summer, so we'll discuss those. But I didn't realize, I thought I just said to do like one short a week, and I did that. So I was feeling pretty proud of myself until I read through my list from the spring, and I think I said a short for each video. I did not do that. Okay, and then I had some personal goals. My personal goals for the spring were make dinner plans with friends and couples. I had tried to make dinner plans with 3 couples, and then I did end up having like friend time. Actually, I did fairly okay with this. So 2 out of the 3 couples we ended up having dinner with. The other one we made plans with 3 times and had to cancel and reschedule every time, and we never did get around to it. And then I did manage to meet up with friends a couple of times as well. So that was pretty good. I have one friend that's like right across the street and stuff, but like I'm thinking about a couple groups of friends, and like I only managed to get together with them once, and that's such a bummer. Like I wish we could see each other more, but it's a season, you know, a season of life. We're all very, very busy. Okay, and then another goal was to go thrifting and bring a friend. I did not do that. I did do several thrifting trips. Oops. I did do several thrifting trips on my own, but I never managed to bring a friend with me. I brought my son. I did bring my son with me, so that was kind of fun. And then my last goal was to plan a girls' trip. I knew that was a little far-fetched. It did not happen. Maybe I'll add that. I don't have that on my summer goals, but maybe, who knows? You know what, this summer isn't a great time for a girls' trip. I could probably do like a girls' night away, maybe with my sister-in-law, but the fall, I'm going to make it a priority to do a girls' trip this fall. But those were my spring goals. I think I did. I'd give myself like a B plus on that. I think I did okay. I think that, you know, I didn't get an A plus, and that's okay. I did make progress. I think I did make progress in each of those goals, so that's something to feel good about. But there is room for improvement for sure. So, okay, so my summer goals are much fewer and more relaxed. I think more fun, to be honest. I mean, heck, my other goals were pretty fun too. But, yeah, I think my main goal, like my overarching goal for the summer, is to like relax and enjoy and soak up time with my kids, soak up unstructured time. And I think that part of that is not having too many goals, because you don't want to set all of these like boundaries and restrictions at a time where you're trying to live life in a more like relaxed way. I'm not personally, I'm a little type A. So for me, like even on my summer months that are less structured, I still have like a workout routine that I stick to religiously, and you know, things like that. So okay, so my first goal for the summer is a reading goal, and I am hoping to read 4 books a month, which I think is very realistic. I get a lot of reading done in the summer. I have a lot more time to read in the summer, and I think 4 books a month is realistic. I'm actually in the middle of, I'm probably close to the end of Broken Country, which I had on my TBR. I saw that it was like, I had seen it popping up in lots of places, and I was like, oh, I want to read that. It must be popular or something. And then I read a couple reviews, or heard a couple reviews from people where they didn't have great things to say about it. And so when I started it, I wasn't super enthusiastic. It became available at the library. I put a hold in for it, and it became available. I figured, okay, I'll read it, even though I wasn't very enthusiastic about it. I am loving this book. It is so good. I am plowing through it. I just got to a part toward the end with like where like the twist is, and it is, you know, it stabs you in the heart. So when I got to that part, I went, oh no. And it brought tears to my eyes. So anything that can bring that sort of response from you, I think it's a good book. So I believe I recommend that book. I haven't finished it yet, but so far so good. So anyway, yes, reading 4 books a month, which I guess the summer is like 2.5 months for us. So 10 books. Actually, that seems like a lot, 10 books, but that's okay. I think I can do it. Okay, my health and wellness goals are to do continuous strength training 3 times a week. It's a little harder for me. Not harder. It's easier. But when I'm in Maine, my gym is like, I have to make do with what I've got up there, which isn't much. I have adjustable dumbbells that go up to 50 pounds each, so my max weight is 100 pounds. That's not a lot compared to what I do at home. So I have to get pretty creative with my workouts. And that's okay. I give myself, when I'm home, I try to squeeze in some good heavy workouts when I am at my house. But in Maine, I think that going from heavy weightlifting to using more of the dumbbells rather than barbells, it can sometimes feel like, what's the point? But I try to remind myself, I can still get a really good workout. And I'm always surprised by how sore I am when I switch things up to my workouts up in Maine. How sore I get, even though it's less weight. But the way I program it, I still get a very good workout. So 3 strength training days a week, which is not bad. And then I'm going to up my running to 2 days a week. Right now I run 1 day a week, usually on Wednesdays. But I'm going to increase that to 2 days a week, mainly because I'll do one midweek. Probably I'll probably lift Monday, Tuesday, run Wednesday, lift Thursday, and then Friday or Saturday, probably Saturday, I'll run in the morning. And that's mainly because I want to do that because we're on a boat all day on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or at least Saturday and Sunday if it's nice out. And I want to make sure I move my body enough. I also go for walks every day because I have 2 dogs and they need their exercise too. I do have lots of kids though, and they can take the dogs for walks as well. But that is a goal. I'm going to increase my running to 2 days a week. I do 3 miles, however long it takes me usually, 30 minutes-ish, a little less maybe. And then pull-ups. I'm still cranking away at my pull-ups goal. I actually have taken the last 2 weeks off from training pull-ups because I was having a strain in my, whatever this is, my forearm. And it started really bothering me during the day, not just during workouts, but during the day. It's still a little tender. So I did take a couple weeks off from that, but I'm ready to get right back at it and keep trying. I have been able to do 10. My goal was by the end of the year to be able to do 10 unassisted pull-ups. And I have hit that goal, but they're the 10 ugliest pull-ups you've ever seen in your life. And they're also not, they're just pretty ugly. And it's weird. It's one day I can do 10 pull-ups, and then the next week, 6 feels like a million. So it's crazy. It's crazy. I think it's women, when our bodies, there are some weeks and days where you feel strength so strong and you can conquer the world, and then depending on where you are in your cycle, everything can feel so heavy and so hard. So it is what it is, but I'm going to keep cranking away and keep at it. And this summer I want to make sure that I keep doing that. Okay, and then my painting goal for the summer. I take a painting class all school year long, and that is over, and it's actually over until almost October because my teacher is traveling in September, and I want to make sure that I don't lose any of my skills, so I am bringing all of my painting stuff with me, and I'm hoping I would like to paint regularly, and maybe try to do my goal, it would be 1 new painting a week. It doesn't always have to be something amazing and beautiful, but getting some practice in each week. I do have a daughter who's going away to a summer camp, and my other daughter, when she went to summer camp last year, I wrote her a card every day to open while she's there, night 1, night 2, night 3, night 4, etc. And I painted the cards, so each one was a special painting from Mom. They were not amazing, but she actually really loved them, and she kept them, and so I'm hoping to do that for my younger daughter who's going this summer. So that'll be, helpful. I can work on one of those each week or a couple of those each week. So that is my painting goal, is just to make sure that I'm getting my painting stuff out and getting some practice in at least once a week. it while I'm like sitting watching TV or whenever I have some downtime. I haven't decided how I'm going to learn yet. I have looked up several tutorials, so like YouTube has tutorials. My sister-in-law's best friend knows how to crochet, so I'm hoping maybe she could teach me a little bit. I have looked into the library to see if they offer crochet lessons, and they do, but they're for children, so I don't think I'm invited to that. But that is a goal of mine this summer, is to learn how to crochet. We'll see how it goes. I would like to make hand towels. I think it would be really fun to make like dish towels, hand towels, and if you I like crochet them and then use them in my own kitchen. But also, if they're any good, it would be nice to give them as gifts to like teachers and whatnot with like hand soap, like a handmade dish towel. I don't know. I thought that would be cute and kind of fun. Okay, my next goal is very niche, a little bougie, we'll see, and it's a boating goal. So we have a surf boat, we have a pontoon boat, and I drive the pontoon boat. I can drive the pontoon boat. I don't really worry about that. It's very old, it's very well loved. My daughter drives the pontoon boat. I don't find a ton of like joy in boating, like in driving the boat. I love sitting on the boat, and I love skiing and surfing and doing all those things, but driving a boat for me isn't like super fun. Like my husband loves it, my daughter loves it. I just don't think it's kind of like people love like race car driving. Like that's not like exciting for me. So I'm always happy to just be a passenger. But we do have a surf boat, and we really only use the surf boat when my husband is at the lake with us, which is the weekends, because I'm intimidated by it. I will drive the boat when it's his turn to surf. I will pull him, but as soon as he's back on that boat, I'm out of that seat, and I'm like, you do it. I don't want to do it. I don't know. I want to just like lounge and relax on the boat. But because I don't do it often, I'm not as confident in my boat driving skills as I could be. And it's something that I really should work on, especially like when the kids were younger. I would never take them out on the boat by myself because I always felt like I needed another adult either with me on the boat, or at the very least another adult in the house, so that if there was an emergency or we got stranded, there was somebody to call. But now that my kids are older, I can take them. They can be my other like grown-up person that's out on the boat with me, to take them like surfing and whatnot when my husband's not there, because right now we really don't go unless he's there. So one of my goals is to just get a little more comfortable with, it's not even driving the boat. I'm comfortable driving the boat. It's docking the boat. It's just docking. The surf boat's like really heavy. It's nice. It's like a fancy boat. I don't want to crash it. So but I know that the more I do it, the more confident I'll be. And I grew up driving boats, and it's weird because like I wasn't terribly nervous in my younger years. It was just more like I had a hiatus of being on boats or driving boats, spending a lot of time on boats for a number of years in my young adulthood. And now that we're sort of in that lifestyle, I've lost my confidence, and I need to get better at that. So that is one of my goals, is to drive the boat more. And on that same note, I have a surfing goal, which has been my goal. Let's see, we learned to surf in, I think this will be our 4th summer surfing. Is that right? Yeah. So we've only had a surf boat for 4 years this summer. And so we're newish at it, but I did grow up doing water sports, and so I took to it pretty quickly, and I think it's really fun, and I love it so much, and I'm always excited to surf and get my turn. But I have been trying to do a 360 on the surfboard since the summer we started. As soon as I was like, probably by the end of our first summer of surfing, sometimes the board hits you, sometimes your face hits the water and like, getting thrown around but it is still a goal. It is still a goal, and I would love to. I have been able to do a 360, but I haven't been able to then continue surfing. There have been times where I could have probably saved it and continued surfing, but I was so excited to have made it around and not have overspun. Like oftentimes I'll just overspin. You just keep spinning. You don't have control. There's been a couple times where I've made it around, had control, stopped in the right spot, and then gone, I did it. And then I, fall. So anyway, it's a goal to do a 360, keep surfing. I did do a fun little thing at the end of last summer. I should see if I can make like a short out of that video and post it. It's not very ASMR like, but it is a pretty fun video. My husband, he practiced like us tossing him a beer, him catching it while he was surfing, opening it and drinking it. So to one up him, I did a video where I did this in my, my family videoed me, my friends videoed me, but I had them hand me a bottle of champagne, popped the cork, poured a glass of champagne and drank it while surfing. So it was pretty funny. Maybe I'll try to make a short and share that here. But we have a lot of fun out there. It's a fun sport. I love it so much. My kids all love it too. Okay, so that's my summer surfing goals, my boating goals. Two more goals. One is to do a no spend for the entire summer, and that's mainly, of course I need to buy things like groceries and gas and sunscreen and the essentials. I also have 4 children that I need to buy stuff for. They are constantly growing. Do they have more than they need? Absolutely. Especially my 2 oldest daughters. Although if you ask them, they would be like, I have no shorts. And I'm like, well, you have 10 pairs of shorts, but to them that's not enough. So anyway, the no spend is not for them. Because as they need things, of course I'll have to buy them things. We'll need to buy school supplies, things like that for next year. But for me personally, I am on a no spend starting right this second, and it is no makeup, skincare, clothes, shoes, bathing suits, etc., etc., etc. If I run out of something, which would be probably mainly just skincare, I would imagine. If I run out, I can refill that. I can buy, what I need. I just bought myself all new makeup. I don't even wear makeup in the summer, so I probably won't need to buy any makeup. I have plenty of bathing suits. I have plenty of clothes. Plenty of shoes, plenty of purses, all the things. So, that is my goal. In order to achieve this goal, this is how I'm planning to execute this so that I can properly achieve this goal. I am going to make myself a wish list, either either in my notes app where I put links to things, or just adding it to my Amazon cart. I'm not sure yet which is the most which is the best way to keep everything together, but what I'm going to do is just keep a wish list going. And then at the end of the summer, in September, I will look at my wish list, see if there's anything I even still want, because I have a feeling a lot of that, once you put it on your list and you get it out of your mind. I know sometimes when I've done these in the past, like a no buy or a low buy for myself, sometimes I can get hyper fixated on whatever it is that I want to buy, and then it's like you feel like you need it, and you gotta scratch the itch until you get it. So I'm hoping that having this list where I can add the item to the list and know it's This is my goal. Okay. And lastly, YouTube. So today I was hoping to chat a little bit about goals. My goal for YouTube is to continue posting 3 times a week, 3 long form videos a week. And I thought I was doing great doing 1 short a week. Apparently that wasn't what I intended to do, but 1 short a week. In addition to that, I've decided that I am going to do a 30 for 30 in 30. I had mentioned this in my Sunday catch-up recently about toying with the idea of doing a 30 in 30, and I'm going to do it. I keep going back and forth between just like as soon as I post these summer goals, whatever day that is, maybe what's today? I'm filming this on a Tuesday, so I could post this on Thursday, have that be like my start day. So what's that? 16, 17, 18. Is that right? Yeah. No. Is today the 7th? Today's the 17th. 18, 19. So on June 19th, that could be the start of my 30 and 30. And I probably would just do like June 19th to July 19th, post something on YouTube every day, whether it be a short, most of them will be shorts probably, or a long form video. So like I always want to do at least 3 long form videos a week, but maybe like during those 30 days or whatever it ends up being, 31, I don't know. Maybe I would do like 4 long form videos a week, something like that. I just think it would be like a fun challenge. So, or I could do like July 1st to August 1st. I haven't really decided, but you know what? I think I'm gonna just, assuming I can edit this and get it posted for Thursday, maybe I'll just do it. I'll just do it starting on Thursday. This would be like video number 1 of the 30. I think that'd be fun. So that's it. That's my only YouTube goal. So, and then I guess I should continue to be better about posting community page stuff. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll continue. Maybe I'll say, let's say, like at least one community page post a week as well. I need to write that down so that when I recap, I lost my pen. That's okay. I'll write it down later. But so for YouTube, I'll do 30 and 30, 30 and 30, at least 3 long form videos a week, at least 1 short a week. We're talking like the whole summer, but also the 30 and 30. Obviously, that would be more than once a week. And then posting on the community page at least once a week. Those are my goals. I know last time I shared my spring goals, a lot of you said that inspired you to make some goals for yourself. So I would love to hear what goals you made for yourself, how you did on those goals, and also if you are doing more goals. Are you doing like monthly goals? Are you going to do summer goals? Tell me what they are. I want to hear. I'm always interested and inspired by other people's goals and what I also like hearing like, how do you plan to execute it? Because I think it's one thing to set goals, but it's quite another to figure out how are you going to reach those goals. Like for my no buy, for example, like I said, I've never actually successfully executed one. But I'm going to try to do better this time by having this like plan, by having a plan, having my list where I can add things that I want to purchase to that list. So anyway, those are my summer goals. But I hope you enjoyed catching up with me on how I did with my spring goals. And we'll see how the summer goes. Again, first and foremost, my overarching summer goal is to relax, enjoy time with my children, not have it be overly structured, which I don't think any of these goals that I have set are terribly, none of